Welcome back to SK Hobbies, AZ and I am Stitch, and on this episode we have new rims for the TRX4M from RC all-wheel drive. You're not going to want to miss this, so stay tuned. Well, all right, welcome back. So before we get to the new rims, we have the TRX4M. This is our Defender. It's the only one we've got, and you guys will be able to see all the upgrades we currently did to this. If you go back to some of my other videos, just search for TRX4M. And what we've done is we did do the CCXRC. You can see there the knuckles. We have CCXRC's steering linkage, and we also did his front and rear brass diff covers. You can see right there. And then the servo ended up going out on us, and I didn't want to buy another Traxxas servo, so we did put DSM's off-roads servo mount, so we could put like the standard servos in here that we would in our SCX 24s. It is kind of a 3D printed mount. Eventually I'll probably put an aluminum one because it is kind of mounted on the axle, right? But we have Mofo RC's 14-gram servo in there. And then we did replace all of the bushings with bearings. So that's pretty much where we're setting at with this guy right now. So what else can we do to this? Well, RC all-wheel drive has came out with these brand new rims, and these are 1.3 rims. So when it comes down to it, I didn't buy any 1.3 tires. Now I did have these Endura rims mounted on. I did have them mounted on these Proline Baja Pro X tires. So what we're going to do is we're going to squeeze the new RC all-wheel drive rims into these new tires, even though it's a 1.0. But I'm pretty sure with the stock foam in here, they're going to work pretty good. But we'll give that a try. And we're going to get, we've already removed the tires and rims off of the TRX4M. Let's look and see what we got here in the box. So these rims look pretty cool. Comes with these awesome RC all-wheel drive stickers. And kind of put that like that. Now, these rims are heavy. So they are brass. And I'm not quite sure what the weight is, but let's go ahead and weigh one of these. I'll get my scale out here and get it zeroed out. So a stock rim, we grab, this is one of the Endura 1.0 rims that you can get off of Amazon. All right, so one of those is weighing in at 14 grams. So with these new ones, 62 grams of weight down low, and that's per axle. So it's going to add a lot of weight down low. Now it is rotational mass. You know what I mean? So it's going to be rotational. So we'll see how it does with the stock motor that we have in it. So we did put in the crawler gears on this, and we will be doing a test at the end out on the backyard crawler course and see how it performs. And if you guys want to have some video of what it looked like before, I've got plenty of video of this bad boy out there on the rocks that you can kind of look at. But let's go ahead and show you guys what these are. So with these Endura ones, it is a 3-piece system where you have, you got the front spoke piece, and then you have your back piece, and then you have your collar, right? Or that goes in like that. These are similar. The only difference that I see is that these are 1.5 millimeter screws on the front. So they're right there on the front, if you guys can see. So if we get these removed out, all right, there are 6 of them. And so it is a 3-piece design. Now, it's got the cool RC all-wheel drive logo right there. And this thing is super heavy. So just the ring itself, if we add this on, is 34 of that 62 grams per wheel. So that's a pretty heavy ring. So the idea behind this is I'm going to do one tire, and then I'll get the rest of them all done. But we're going to take that ring and we'll get it kind of inside of there. And I do have the stock foams in these. And then you're gonna need to kind of squeeze in with pulling the bead out around it. And there may be an easier way of doing this, but this is actually my first time ever putting a smaller tire on a bigger rim. But there you go. You can see it, got it on there. And then now you've got the outer ring, right? And you got to kind of line those holes up. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put the ring inside. And get that ring in there. And then I'm going to kind of position the bead, the ring around the bead. And I think we've got it. Now just remember it is smaller, so you're going to have to pull back on that bead to get it just on the bead itself, not the rest of the tire. So it will float a little bit. Now that you've got that, you got to make sure that your holes are lined up. And then you got your 6 screws. And what I'm going to do is just get one started on one side. That way we can line the holes up on the ring. And then I'm going right to the other side. And then once you get that, then you can kind of tighten down. And don't go too tight on them. They just need to be snug, right? And then you end up with that. Now we'll put the rest of the screws in. These rims look really cool with those little brass inserts that it looks like you can see, the little ovals. So it's going to add some good contrast to the TRX4M. I really like these Pro X tires. For the TRX4M, because you don't have to do any body trimming on it, and they don't really rub. So there we go. That's how it looks. I'll go ahead and get the rest of them all made up, and then we'll get them installed, and I'll see you guys back here in a minute. All right, so we got them all assembled. We're installing the last bit of tire, or the last rear tires on. You can see they turned out really good. And they've got kind of like a deep well for the nut. But my Proline tools, they work pretty good on just getting them in there. And they fit in the little, the deep well. So no problems on installing them or putting them together. They went together pretty simple. Now this is going to be a heavier tire now that we've got these brass wheels on here. So we will see how they perform. That's why I kind of gave you guys a little tidbit about what we've done modification wise to this. So if you guys have a stock one, you'll understand the difference between how mine's performing and yours is performing. But let's see how this looks. Look at that. So we're not getting any rubbing, it looks like. That's even kind of pushing down on the shell a little bit. I'm not seeing any rubbing there. But all right, we've got them installed. Let's get you guys a little bit closer look at them. Get it spun around. They look pretty cool. They make them look expensive. All right, so quick note before we actually get this out on the backyard crawler course. With these guys, so you see the brass inserts here. They're actually removable. And you can actually remove them on the fly if you want. And it's got, so you can adjust your weights. So we go ahead and, so you got these little weights, inserts. And we're going to run them with full inserts in, and then maybe we'll do another video down the road here of how to adjust them and adjust your weights on what you need once we start adding additional, brass to it. So these are pretty cool. These are called the RC all-wheel drive Cyberwheelz. And I'm going to put a little diagram right over here that'll kind of show you a breakout of what we're looking at, that you can pull these apart. And so there's 6 inserts in there. You can pull them out if you wanted to adjust the weight down to where you just had the brass ring. So it's a pretty cool concept that RC all-wheel drive came up with adjusting your weights. So if you wanted to run the heavier up front and run in no inserts in the rear, you could probably go ahead and do that. So, but anyways, let's get it out on the crawler course and let's give her a run and see how she does. All right, so we got the TRX4M out here on the backyard crawler course. We're going to test out these new rims that we just put on by RC all-wheel drive. want to thank RC All-Wheel Drive for sending these rims out for me. I believe it performed amazing out there on the course. They also sent out a cool ball cap, which I will wear in a couple of my videos. And then they also sent out this awesome RC All-Wheel Drive t-shirt that we will also get to wearing also. They also sent me out some SCX24 wheels, which we're going to get installed in a later video on. Can you guess what we're going to put it on? Yep, we're going to put them on the new Power Wagon build. So stay tuned for that video, and we'll do an install and run on that. Don't forget to like and subscribe and bash that bell. I'm Stitch, SK Hobbies AZ, and I'm out.